Yo, what is up, everyone? It is Preacher Man Sports. Welcome back to another video. And the other day, I did, teams most hated rivals NFL edition. Well, I'm doing NBA. I'm gonna do one in each of the major sports. So I'm doing NBA now. Tomorrow I'll do baseball, and then after that I'll do hockey, and then college sports wise. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So as you can see, I did the color already, and I pre-colored it just to be sure, And I already pre-colored because I already figured out who that was going to buy a few people. Recommendations, by the way. Shout out to Max. Shout out to Kobe. Shout out to Stay Cool and a couple others. And others I had a feeling. So let's get started. All right, Boston. Who do they hate the most? I think it's not even an argument. They hate the Lakers the most. Celtics and Lakers is one of the biggest rivalries in North American sports. It still is, you know, because the reason why um, they kept meeting in the championships, decades ago. They still a rivalry. Both teams have been good. They've been picking it up, and you didn't know who could expect. It's one of the bigger rivalries in North America. But the only other rivalry I would take would be the Yankees and Red Sox. So yeah, the Raptors. There's actually two they could have, but I think one stands out more than the others. I honestly think they hate the Sixers the most because the Embiid shit. Embiid. They hate Joel Embiid. He's a flopper. Blah blah blah. A lot of Toronto fans I hate. They say they hate the Sixers more than they hate the Celtics. And that's who I thought they hate the most is the Celtics. The Sixers, they actually hate the Celtics the most. Don't get me wrong, I really do. I think they do kind of hate Toronto, which is why I'm gonna put. Oops. I'm gonna put a dash right here, and I'm gonna put. Where are those bums? There they are. Raptors. Because the Raptors 2019, that Kawhi Leonard shot literally ruined their chance at an NBA Finals. They even though they got revenge a few years later, but yeah, doesn't matter. So that's why I say it's a tie between the Celtics and the Raptors. The Knicks. Uh, let's see the Knicks. Oh, I didn't color code them. The Knicks hate. Damn, it's actually tough. The Knicks actually hate. Oops, they hate the Celtics the most. You can also make a case they hate Brooklyn the most because little brother, but that's why I didn't put it because I just don't think that the Brooklyn is like a big rivalry. It's more like big brother little brother shit. Kind of like the Yankees and the Mets. Kind of like that. The Brooklyn they hate the Knicks the most. They hate the Knicks the most, and it's because Knicks. Oh, they're our big brother. We hate them. They're annoying. This and that. The Bucks. The Bucks. I mean, all time wise, they hate the Bulls the most. The reason why I say that, oops, Bulls. They hate the Bulls the most is because historically wise, the Bucks and Bulls used to go at it a lot. Recently, it's picked up a little bit, but I think the Bulls, like just given their history against each other, I think they just can't stand the Bulls the most. An honorable mention for the Bucks is probably the Heat because of playoffs, but I'll go with the Bulls. The Cavs, according to a friend I know, they actually hate the Raptors the most. And the reason why I say this is because of, in the playoffs, those LeBronto days, every time the Cavs and Raptors faced off, Cleveland always won. And it kind of developed a rivalry. Raptors fans, from their perspective, became annoying. And yeah, that's why I say that. It's really because of LeBronto. The Bulls, they hate the Bucks the most. Reason is because like right now they hate the Bucks the most. But if you want to go all time, then that's easily the Pistons right there. That's easily the Pistons because bad boy Pistons, Isaiah Thomas versus Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, blah blah blah, and yeah, that's what I say. The Pistons, it's not even an argument who they hate the most. It's the fucking Bulls. MJ rivalry with the Pistons, they still hate each other to this day, even though both teams are kind of ass right now. But man, when they pick it back up, it's gonna be crazy. But yeah, all time, Pistons hate the Bulls the most. The Pacers, from what I've heard from Pacer fans, they actually hate the Cavs the most. I guess from what I've heard from the Cavs fans, from their perspective, are annoying. They hated them when the LeBron days. They were extremely annoying. And now that both teams are kind of picking up the pace, it's kind of showing it. If you know what I mean. That's according to some Pacers fans. The Hawks, they hate the Heat the most. It's really because Atlanta Miami rivalry. Um, those two teams, playoff rivalry a little bit too. And right now, not really sure much else to it. The Magic, we all know this. They hate the Heat the most. The Magic against the Heat is like a big brother with the Heat versus little brother the Magic. Sorry, Amir. But it's not really a rivalry. Well, the Magic's gonna make it a rivalry because oh, I can't stand the Heat. Fuck that team. You know how they are. I think the Heat. Well, oops, they hate the Magic the most. You could also make a case like a case for recently picked up. You can say that they hate the Celtics too because of playoff wise. You it's not really much to it. So big brother little brother rivalry. They're gonna treat it like a rivalry because it technically is. Because the Magic and the Heat when they face off, oh, it's hell. Trust me on that. The Charlotte Hornets. Damn, I think they also hate the Heat. I think they hate the Heat the most. I'm not. I think because the only team in that division that's good. You can also say that they hate the Hawks the most. All because all because of those have been the only two good teams recently in their history. The Wizards they hate the Sixers the most. Reason why I say that is because Washington, Philly rivalry, Virginia, Washington and Washington D.C. or Virginia and Philly sports never get along. I don't even think it's an argument. So do with that as you will. So that's the Eastern side. Now, time for the West. The Spurs. This is easy. They hate the Dallas Mavericks the most. Playoff rivalry, recent history when both teams were really good. They used to fucking go to war. You can make a lot of cases, but I easily think it's the Mavs because Dallas sports, and Spurs, San Antonio, they hate each other. Let's see. Dallas Mavericks. They hate the Rockets the most. I don't think it's an argument. When those two teams to be, good. Oh man, it was like when James, especially when James Harden was there. Oh man, that was crazy. I think you can make a case that they could also hate the Spurs the most. I think you can also make the case that they also kind of hate the Spurs the most because of recent history. But I'm gonna go with um I'm gonna just say mainly the Rockets because you know how Houston and Dallas sports are. They can't stand each other. The Cowboys against the Texans. Oh yeah, the Astros and the Rangers. That's the biggest one right there. So enough said. Rockets, they hate the Mavericks the most. Like I said, Dallas Fort Worth versus Houston sports. So nothing much else to say. The Pelicans, shit, this is actually hard. Pelicans, from what I heard, they hate the Grizzlies the most, mainly because these are the two like bottom feeders in that division. And recently, they find the Grizzlies extremely annoying because you know They find the division extremely annoying, so that's why I say that. Shit, I hope I'm not getting sick. The Grizzlies, they hate the Spurs the most, uh, mainly because of playoff history and recent history when the Spurs were really good. And it's really a weird rivalry when you think about it. So I don't know. I think they hate the Spurs the most because of playoffs. I think that a couple times they met in the playoffs and it was crazy. Uh, Minnesota. Kidding. They hate the Nuggets the most. Dang it. Shit. There we go. They hate the Nuggets the most. It's picked up recently. You know how Minnesota with the Timberwolves against the Nuggets, they picked up recently because those two teams have been going at it, especially with Jokic versus like Gobert and Cat. So do with that as you will. The Jazz, this is too easy. They hate the Nuggets the most. Oops. They hate the Nuggets the most. It's really Rocky Mountain rivalry when you think about it. Mountain rivalry. I just think for the Nuggets, like for Utah, you could also say they hate the Bulls the most because Jordan pushed off, and that's literally why the Bulls won, why the Bulls became a dynasty. You could say that, but I think they just hate the Nuggets the most. You can put Bulls there. Nuggets, historically wise, they hate the Jazz the most. And like I said, Rocky Mountain rivalry, blah blah blah. But recently, you can say they hate the Suns because of recent controversy. You can say that they let's see, where are those fucking turds? You can say that they hate the Suns because of recent controversy. So there you go. Portland. This is weird. This is weird, but Portland actually hates Oklahoma City the most, which I find weird myself because I'm like, wait, what? Portland hates Oklahoma City, and yeah, I found Portland, OKC, some mini rivalries there. Those two teams used to go at it. Uh, Utah, I mean OKC hates Utah the most, bro. I remember when Crowder got into it with Carmelo Anthony. When you with the Thunder, and the Jazz. Like those two teams just can't stand each other. It was a heated rivalry. It still is, especially with the Thunder being good again. The Jazz are still trying to find themselves. Do with that as you will. Next up, the Los Angeles Lakers. Already, like I said, they hate the Celtics the most. One of the bigger rivalries in North American sports. Um, inside the division, um, inside the division, it's kind of tough. Like you can say they hate the Clippers the most, or the Warriors because the Clippers, big brother, little brother. All right. Um, Clippers hate the Lakers the most. Not even an argument. Big brother, little brother. Lakers, big brother. Clippers, little brother. And the Clippers recently been having the Lakers number. So what does that tell you? When it's inner city rivalry, they're gonna hate the bigger city part the most. Warriors, Warriors. I mean, all time you can say the Lakers, but in my opinion, recently it's the Suns because the Warriors. You know how it is. Devin Booker, and Chris Paul and shit. And look what Chris Paul is now. They want to say, everyone thought it was gonna be Warriors and Suns. They've been running them out. They've been going shit with each other, and it's crazy. The Suns, they hate the Warriors the most. Reason probably because the Warriors dynasty and recent, Curry versus Booker. Even though Curry's better, we all know. And it's really not much else to it. The recent history speaks for itself. Sacramento hates the Warriors the most. Reason why I say that is because it's North Cal rivalry. with the Bay versus Sacramento, the NorCal rivalry. So do with that as you will. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Am I right? So yeah, though that's my list. Let me know if I did anything wrong. See if that did anything. So yeah, here's the West right here, and over here we got the East. So yeah, those are my NBA most hated rivalries. Every team's most hated rival edition. Tomorrow, ooh, excuse me. Tomorrow I'll do baseball, 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 baseball. That one should be much easier. But yeah, make sure you hit the like, comment, subscribe, guys. I will see you guys later. Peace out, and yeah, see you guys soon.